The Out There channel.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yo. Anybody out there? Probably won't be too many people, will there? Who knows? So yeah, the funeral / memorial. What am I trying to say? Anyway, the funeral thing was cancelled this weekend, so I should have kept my regular show going, I guess. Also, it sounds like Charlie's going to be put down today, which is not good news. Although he looks alright today. He seems to... He's been laying outside my door, so maybe he's cottoned on. Hoping that I'm going to intervene. I don't know. It's a bit hard. His eyesight's going. And he tries to go out the sliding door and he's pressing his head against the edge of the door because he can't see. So I think, yeah, he's over, what, 15 years now. It's going to be hard. We got no likes on today. We better do a test like, see if it's working. We got no likes. Oh, there we go. Looks like it's working alright to YouTube. Has it come up with a like now? Normally do a test run. I got 4 on YouTube. Oh, Michael, how's it going? It's almost 19. I don't know how it got to 19. It's doing well to be 19. Dogs don't last very long, do they? Robert's dog was really sick. It was in the vets having steroids and all sorts of things done to it. Apparently he got a colon infection or something. And he's lost lots of weight. So yeah, the dog is out of the woods at the moment, I guess. But yeah, dogs can go downhill pretty quick, like humans, so who knows. Yeah, so Mum's brother died a week ago. But everybody's got this horrible virus thing that's going around. Well, apart from me, because I got a crazy immune system. But Dad hasn't got it either. It's kind of strange. But yeah, Mum didn't want to go to her own brother's, gathering for eats and talking about stories and watching slides or whatever, because he wasn't going to have a normal funeral that cost 10 grand. So yeah, the kids are going to put on something. But yeah, one of the kids is on a cruise ship, lucky, for at least a month. So yeah, that would ruin your holiday on a cruise ship, wouldn't it? Yeah, that must cost them like 30 grand New Zealand. Ah, if we could only win lotto. But they did pretty good. I think her husband was a salesperson earning big money, and they invested into lots of investment properties, rented them out. Ended up with lots of properties, sold them. Now they got a big pile of cash. Now the kids are growing up and left home. Life carries on, doesn't it? Yeah, so there's a lot of crap about Trump at the moment going about the bill and about the Texas people being killed by the floods, saying that because he cut the spending back on NOAA is the reason why, which has nothing to do with what Trump did. He only reduced the spending, and the satellites are still in space, right? So they're still sending out alerts. So the mainstream media are lying that there was no alerts. So yeah, they've been caught out yet again. Why do they keep lying all the time? Of course, Elon Musk is trying to start a third party up, which will make sure the Democrats keep on winning every 4 years now, if he does that. Because he'll just take the votes away from the GOP. Which is kind of sad. Unless they bring out new legislation saying that can only have 3 parties, not 4. That means the independent one would have to be replaced by Elon's. If they did something like that, it would have to be voted on by both parties, but it's in the benefit of the Democrats not to go along with that. So yeah, Elon is a bit pissed over obviously not about Trump spending so much on things, but more on his cuts that Trump did on electrics, because he's pushing oil again. So he's probably set up some deals where he can't push electrics that Elon doesn't know about, probably. Elon's not the type of guy that takes a no for an answer from an elder, right? I reckon his father had lots of trouble with him. Plus he's a wee bit strange, isn't he, mentally? Thinks he's the God's gift to women. And he has his own sperm bank. Trying to make hundreds of women pregnant. So who's out there? You still out there, Michael? How long you got tonight? I know you got work tomorrow, haven't you? I've got to do those gifts as well, haven't I? So I've probably got to go back to that, because we know it doesn't work. I think Elon is pissed they didn't save any money and actually spent more. No, it's nothing to do with that. I can guarantee it's nothing to do with that. That's just a lie. Because since then he's been talking about, incentives to buy electric cars, right? They got rid of that and whatnot. Battery technology. Because he's trying to set up that night storage system using off the power grid that charges up his battery, special batteries that he's inventing. Anyway, I better do these gifs. Because he's trying to set up that doing that repeating. The thing is, Elon knows he's not taking into account all the tariff income coming in. So it doesn't matter what Trump's spending in the next 2 years, that spending will be covered. There's a lot of stuff being set up and factories being built, and it'll take a few years to get it all set up. But America will be set up for 100 years to come because of what Trump's doing. And the bill was part of that process. Incentives for the rich to actually invest into America. A lot of tax breaks and stuff, So you got to give a little to to make more, you know. That's how it normally works. Yeah, where's the thing gone? Yeah. Especially when the batteries die, if they get too cold, right? Or too hot even, I think it is. Although, if I remember right, if your battery dies in Australia, if you heat it up, it's got normally enough charge from the heating to turn over the car once more. I think I've seen it on survival programs. What was it? The Bush Tucker Man. I've still got the episodes on the hard drive. Should have a rewatch of them. They're pretty good. Yeah, where's the things gone? Oh, here we go. Is it? Yeah, second one in. They keep moving it around, don't they? So we need to find membership gifting. And I should have 5 more. Here we go, 10 more. Okay, send 10 at once. How come it's not scrolling down? What's going on here? Where's the bottom of the thing disappeared to? That is the bottom, isn't it? Just go to full screen. What's going on here? Oh. Oh, before I send that, I should set up my website link, shouldn't I? Still getting to the mental mode at the moment. Still waking up. There's a lot of things I had to tick, as you know. So let's post this out. So yeah, why is it not overlaying? It should be overlaying, shouldn't it? Don't know what's going on there. Let's sit scrolling now. It's because I resized it, maybe. Something always wrong with the browser. Yeah, I gotta post the link tonight. To the global chat. That should come up here as well. It's kind of screwed up though, isn't it? It looks like they've done something to the formatting. Why can't I see it there though? I can see it on the other screen. Well, I'll just do it on the other screen. Okay, pin. Is it working? Oh yeah. Yeah, we can start the process running there while I pin the other thing on. What's it pilled? Trying to think of the name. They keep corrupting my episodes, so kind of strange stuff going on there as well. That took a long time, didn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. What can I pin? Alright, it's working now. Okay, that's pilled, sorted out. Yeah, here we go. So it's only doing 5 at a time still, isn't it? Lucky people. Woo Rider. Kite got one. Haven't seen her today though. Tyler L. Wonder if that's one of his fake Kite accounts. Probably, you know, that he'd be watching me for sure. Okay, this, what's up, guys? I've been very sick. I've been in hospital. He kind of reminds me of Michael Jackson in a way. I love my blanket. Okay, next 5. I don't think he's put out anything new yet, has he? But we can have a quick look just to check. What we got here? Susie. Oh no, she's not here. She's getting a free gift. Where's the other 4? We've been ripped off again. Google, you ripped us off. Where's all the other ones? What did it say there? Why is it not coming up? We only got 6, didn't we? I reckon it's because Michael was going to get another one. And they suddenly put a halt to it. No more free gifts to those ones. They're the ones that pay. Google, I love you. Not. Okay. That's it, guys. Something I can do about that. I can't fix it. I think it worked last time. We got 10 last time, didn't we? Anyway, what's happened here? Doesn't look right for some reason. Scaling problem again, is it? Alright, that's overlaid, that's why. Yeah, we're finished with that now. Let's bring that down a bit. Oh, come on. I ain't got the super fan on. Maybe it's still cold in here though. I need to put the fan on because it gets pretty hot and it slows down the computer. Why is it not grabbing it? I really hate the bottom. I used to like when they used to have like a status bar down the bottom. And you could add things to it like a download panel, and they got rid of that. Should be an option always, you know. They shouldn't get rid of stuff. It should be an option. It looks stupid not having a end of thing where you grab it. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, Susan to anyone. We haven't seen her for a while. And there wasn't it Susie to Susan as well? Another one. They lived in Philadelphia, I think it was. I used to follow that stupid guy with the tattoos on the neck. What was his name? Forgetting his name already. The guy was moving states to avoid going to jail. And I think they finally caught up with him because he disappeared. Anyway. He showed up for one episode and then disappeared again. Not actually telling people why he disappeared. Oh, what was his name? UFO Proof channel. Real druggy. Selling stolen goods. He finally got caught in the stolen goods, I think. Trading in the car lots, so to speak. I suppose it happens in New Zealand too. But I know it was happening in Australia because we had people... As soon as we went shopping and parked the car, people would walk up to you and say, "Oh, do you want to buy some cheap speakers?" And I knew straight away they were stolen goods. And my flatmate was saying, "Yeah, let's have a look." I was saying, "No, we're not buying stolen goods and putting it in the house. We're only enabling them." I said, even though there might be really good speakers for $50, they're probably worth 500. I think it comes with an amp as well. But anyway, so yeah, Bledsoe today. I didn't have time to look at it, and Mick West has jumped in finally this time. Maybe because of this guy called Flarkey. I'm not sure where that name comes from. But yeah, Flarkey least was taught to me, but they're both anti-Trumpers, unfortunately. I don't know what, I don't understand people really, why they hate Trump so much. The reason is always flawed, always full of errors as well. He's certainly a strong leader. He got peace through strength, right? Why don't I see your PayPal description? It should be there. You mean on the webpage? Should be there. In fact, I'll just check it actually. I haven't looked at it for a wee while. You just go there on the main page and you get all the links there too, plus some more. So the official website is that one there, which is also in the link. It should come up like that. And you got Discord if you want to come and join us on Discord, chat anytime there, post videos. Shrill, I got rid of Shrill. They kept wanting to charge me fees for not even using the account. It's meant to be a replacement for PayPal, so really that should be gone again. Tips goes through OBS Streamlabs, yep, and Merc. Subscribestar wasn't as good as Patreon in the end. Yeah. Where is PayPal? It might be down here. Let's just have a look. Oh no, podcasts. I know there was a problem. I had to remove it because I had a donate button and New Zealand PayPal decided to delete it. I thought it was there. You're right, so I don't see it. Can we get it from the web page though? What do we got here? Mac, home, this videos, donate. Alright, crypto. Because I think ETH might be wrong too now. Didn't they do an upgrade or something and change the codes? Damn, I could have sworn it was on there. But you can do it through the tips. Let me just have let's have a look. Go to tips. Well, what's that say there? Username. So you type in your username on YouTube, specify amount, your message there. Not sure. YouTube video. Start time. Alright, so it can schedule a tip, Alex. You can specify a link. I know it's a bit complicated, the layout. It's not really intuitive, is it? Add a gift. It hasn't got many there. I don't know how that's going to work with the multi-chat too. Add an effect to your donation. And then send it. So really it should have a title there, I would say, like optional schedule. I don't know, you can try it, see what happens. So you could try $1 one to start with, see if it goes through. And see how it goes. So it should pop up the same message. So we got some people that donated to us in the past there. So obviously Michael hasn't done it before. And Area 51, he sort of disappeared. I thought maybe he was a paid shill by Tyler, but he was one of the top donators for a while, paying $30 each time. But he keeps showing up on the Discord saying that he was hacked, and I don't know if it's true or not. And it comes up with different counts, and then he got in contact with me on X, so I was talking to him on that. But yeah, he said he had been, I don't know if it's true, because it could have been the hacker, said that he had a alien experience. So I don't know what's going on there. So I'm a wee bit confused about that guy. But yeah, PayPal. There's another way to get to it. I'm going to have to figure out how to edit that web page again. I haven't done it for ages. I normally had Plex, who disappeared, also vanished. He'd come back, said he had COVID, and he was got over it, and then we never heard from him again. So we don't know if he died, but then he showed up on X, posting stuff, but totally ignoring everybody in the UFO field. So I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, people come and go. If people were going to go, they could at least say so why, you know, and let us know. Yes, so yeah, I was going to look at PayPal. Did I have one here still set up? I think I did, but maybe I had to remove it. Anyway, if you just type on my email address, that should do it. You can do send cash to the Out There channel at what is it? The Out There channel at 2016 at gmail.com. Yeah, where is PayPal? It's not here either. So I used to have a link there, but if you go to view email, just take a box, so you can copy and paste it into PayPal. Save you having to do it the hard way. So you can go view email. Normally, if it's not me, then you can copy and paste it. Anyway, I don't get too much spammers or attackers there. Oh, what's happened there? Thank you very much, Google. What's going on? I tell you, something going really fishy. Oh, that's the podcast. Alright. That had me a bit worried then. Oh, panic. Anyway, looks like it's all running there. Let's kick off the show then. So yeah, I did give 10, but only 6 got it. Anyway, McRest beat me to debunking part 2 of the Bledsoes. But yeah, I said exactly the same. I said there are airplanes that they're looking at. Maybe last time I said there are airplanes and possibly the odd satellite. And he plugged it into a special site, what's it called? Site rec or something. Which has all the star maps in it and adds in flight radar data and overlays the video at the same time, and they can, so I must have done a lot of coding to do that. That's dedication. We normally do it the hard way with manual tools. I think someone's paying him to do it though. He's not doing it out of his pure heart. Someone's actually paying him by the hour to code it up and make it freely available. I'm not sure who that is. It's probably one of those Skyhub people, probably. But anyway, we'll play bits of his video and add more to it, of course. Transformative work. I think it's uploaded to YouTube, which kind of sucks, but anyway.
This UFO or orb.
I know. Is that YouTube? It doesn't say. It looks like it's in here. Probably on YouTube too, is it? So
video was presented on the
yeah. So they got it sped up.
TV show Beyond Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay, so you got this one here approaching towards us, and this one here, which kind of looks like planes, right? It looks like a plane approaching, and that one looks like there's a plane heading towards the airport. Flight path looks like probably, as we know, 30,000 feet, 38,000 feet. You can see it far away because of the curvature of the Earth. It always looks roughly about that distance in the sky. I've shown it on my cameras, looking at the Alps as the planes have been heading towards the airport. Yeah, you wouldn't expect to actually see planes, but on a camera you can, and at night time you can see the lights, of course. So yeah.
It's a time-lapse video sped up about 80 times, so we see what looks like a bunch of planes flying past in the night sky. But this one object here was described as
what seems to be an unidentified aerial phenomenon.
and moved
No.
on investigator.
Yeah, see, it does a course correction here, which kind of suggests it's not a commercial jet, but something smaller, right?
As Steve Priola said,
That's a telltale sign that it's not an aircraft, it's not a satellite. It eliminates all man-made objects.
Okay, it doesn't eliminate planes, doesn't eliminate small planes, doesn't eliminate drones either. Satellites don't go in a curvy pattern, so it eliminates satellites, of course.
journalist Paul Bibbin said,
That pattern of movement just makes no sense.
How loud is it? Is it loud enough? I forgot to check. Where's my volume control? Didn't I bring it out? I didn't bring it out, did I? I'll just monitor the volume here.
Look at the
so we might well ask, as ex-CIA agent
It's
Andy
a wee bit
Bustamante
low.
did,
what on earth could that have been?
I recognise this as simply a plane flying towards the
That's
camera.
because we've got it
You can see
lower
the
down
nav
here.
lights, which sometimes alternate like this. The wiggly path is a bit odd, but not unheard of, especially for a smaller plane. Since it's flying towards us, there's perspective compression, which makes it seem slower, and even slight course corrections get greatly magnified. So what was it? If we had the date, time and location, the details,
Aha!
we could look it up.
Yeah, and direction always helps.
But all we can tell from the show is that it's in the Florida Everglades.
Yes, I think it was more over this way on my map when
Michael
I first
King
did.
donated £5 through Super Chat. Sent gift via PayPal. Tyler's UFOs are so fake, even AI won't analyze them. It just rolls its eyes.
Yeah. So you sent it via PayPal, did you say? Well, that's good. And it showed up here. So you did it through that tips, did you? Because it wouldn't have played otherwise. If you did a PayPal directly, it wouldn't have shown up. So the tips does work okay then. Yeah, everyone's a wee bit scared of that form though. It's pretty horrible though, I must admit. So if we go back to it now, you should be listed there, shouldn't you? You didn't use the tips? Oh, you did a super chat through PayPal, normal way. It should come up exactly the same if you use the tips. And you don't get the 30% charged loss to Google then. Oh. So yeah, when we looked at the map last time, I pointed out it was somewhere down here. Not smack there, I don't think, but maybe the part 2 they were. So anyway, we just carry on. Oh, why is this gone crazy? Okay, let's try again.
This UFO, or orb, Ante did,
What on earth could that have been?
I recognise this as simply a plane flying towards the camera. You can see
Me
the
too.
nav lights, which sometimes alternate like this. The wiggly path is a bit odd, but not unheard of, especially for a smaller plane. Since it's flying towards us, there's perspective compression which makes it seem slower, and even slight course corrections get greatly magnified. So what was it?
I just got a PayPal thing pop up. Oh, you did it. Oh, right. Thanks a lot for that. That's a good donation. So you just did a single $5 pound to send a message saying you sent it. Okay, great. Thanks, mate. I think you can do it on tips. Like I said, just try $1 one. Give it a go. See if it still works. Because no one's done it for at least 3 years there, I think.
If we had the date, time and location, the details, we could look it up. But all we can tell from the show is that it's in the Florida Everglades at an uncertain date and time. The Skinwalker production people try to remove all timestamps from the screen, blurring them out, but occasionally they miss some.
That's because it was done last year, right? I remember that because way it schedules on TV, they got a year to edit it together and put it into a show. They don't film it previous day and put it out on network next day, sort of thing. And as you'll see here, it's 2024 on the date at the top here. They tried to blur it out, but they did a pretty bad job. I think we can quite see it there. 2024, there you go. February the 14th. February the 14th, what's that? Valentine's Day, is it?
Here we briefly see the date, February the 14th, 2024, so that's a good start. It's just the time a screenshot was taken, but it seems to be from the same night, so we know the date, if not the time. The location is harder. The Florida Everglades is a big place, and I spent some time looking around trying to find a match for the pond or lake that's briefly...
Yeah, they said it was 10,000 islands, so it means there's going to be water around various land masses, isn't it?
...shown. But then I looked at a previous episode, seemingly in the same location, and I saw this distinctive looking swamp buggy. I did a bit of reverse image searching, and in a few minutes I found the exact buggy.
Yeah, that's right. That's unique. It means it's someone hiring it out.
It's owned by Dusty the Wild Man Crumb, a semi-regular on History and Discovery, so that all seems to fit. He mentioned the Big Cypress National Preserve, which was way to the northwest of where I'd been looking. He also mentioned the Oasis Visitor Center, so that seemed like a good place to start. I posted a...
Yeah, and you get a lot of people then on his webpage looking for the location to help him solve it.
A few images from the episode to Metabunk, and people started to look. First, NorCal Dave noticed that the buggy ride seemed to happen some distance from the visitor center, so the search area widened. But then, Monkey Sage found a gate which was a close match. Comparing the street views proved it was the same place. Following a short trail led to a building by a pond, which matched the overhead shots.
Oh, there we go. And there's the river. There's the building.
We got it. All that was needed then was to find the actual planes. We lacked a precise time.
See, Brandon Fugan makes it really, really hard to be able to debunk his shows.
But they were fairly distinctive paths, so it didn't take Flarkey very long to find a candidate. N147BZ, an older, small, twin-engined PA-34. Looking at the track from a shallow angle, we saw it was wiggling a bit. This quickly led to finding other planes that matched the other lights. We then dropped them all into sitrec.
Dropped all the flight paths.
My open source UAP analysis tool, and after a bit of fiddling with the playback
So they got side by side.
speed and the barometric versus GPS altitudes, it lined up perfectly.
Okay, so any of those not planes? I think they're all planes, aren't they? Look like plane call signs. I mean, and even got satellites passing.
And with the wiggling path, it's perhaps one of the best matches I've ever seen. Perfect. It's this plane, 100%. So what are we to make of this? Clearly, this group of investigators are not very good at investigating.
Oh, I've been saying that for years. Terrible. They don't investigate, full stop. This clown CIA guy, I always thought he was disinformation or completely stupid. No one no one that claims to know science would get all the frequencies wrong and not using the apps real time. But yeah, if they're down at the whatnots, it's going to be very hard to get internet access unless you got a Elon Musk satellite phone, I guess. And they probably haven't got one of those because they're probably anti-Trumpers and Elon at that time. Anyway. Oh, why does it do that? That doesn't make any sense. All I did is pause it.
This UFO But then, Monkey Sage found a gate which was a close match, comparing the street views distinctive paths, so it didn't take Flarkey.
Now it's working alright.
Looking at the track from a shallow angle, we saw it was wiggling a bit. This quickly led to finding other planes that matched the other lights. We then dropped them all into SitRec, my open source UAP analysis tool, and after a bit of fiddling with the playback speed and the barometric...
So what does that mean when they're thinking, oh, Bledsoe's calling the aliens, he called all the planes. The guy's complete fraud, and these guys are suckered in by him. Bledsoe knows to look that direction because he knows how to use the tools before he goes out into a location. He must get a heads up of what location they're going to. But yeah, I think you still would know to always look north if you're going south, and say west or east, right? Because you know the planes are going to come from left to right to all the big cities across America. So yeah,
versus GPS altitudes, it lined up perfectly. And with the wiggling path, it's perhaps one of the best matches I've ever seen. Perfect. It's this plane, 100%. So what are we to make of this? Clearly, this group of investigators are not very good at investigating. They were there. They had the advantage of knowing the exact date, time, location, and direction, but they don't seem to understand perspective, so they seem to get convinced it's not a plane.
And what's worse is Bledsoe's whole family are into the grift. His daughter's there claiming she can summon UFOs. I wonder what she thinks, that they're all bloody planes. Mike, what are you saying? Minimum on Streamlabs is... Really? It said £1 on the form. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's £5 with comments, maybe. I don't know. But then again, the form's coming from the website, so why would it have £1 there? Are you sure? It's not in the list. The media you supply does not meet the view counts required set by Out There channel. Did you put in the URL for the video? Because I think you just leave that blank. Don't put anything there. It's looking at the view count on the video, isn't it? I don't know, I'd have to check out. It looks like they've added something to it. Yeah, it'd have to be after the shit. After. I suppose there's always too many things to do all the time.
They probably didn't even check. The show is full of this type of thing. Lights in the sky that are obviously planes or satellites or occasionally insects. The investigators continue to be really bad at looking things up. So they seem convinced that these are UFOs or orbs, perhaps summoned by Chris Bledsoe. But if they simply gave the date, time and location, I'm pretty sure we could identify every one. This show, like most UFO shows, is entertainment masquerading as genuine investigations. Yeah, I get it. You pay a lot of money to go on location. Looking up planes and satellites on a computer does not make very good TV. Recording things with 2 cameras to eliminate insects does not make very good TV. But people like Andy Bustamante and executive producer Brandon Fugel claim this is real, a real investigation. It is not. They seem to be investigating deliberately badly for some reason. Steve Priola here is not a good investigator. He later claimed to have checked available flight tracking data and found nothing. He shared another video of the same object looking in the other direction. But that one lined up too.
Out, dude.
He said, cross-checking the timestamp with publicly available flight tracking data reveals no aircraft in the area matching the object's position or path.
You
But he did it
bunch of
wrong.
lying
Oh, not at all.
turkeys.
And journalist Paul Bevan just really isn't being very journalistic. It's just a funny investigation for me and Metadebunk, but for a lot of people this is a very real subject that is deeply personal, even if...
Yep, it pisses me off. Okay, so I used my old account here to reply to him, and oddly enough, he's unblocked me now. What did I say? What was that squiggle single frame on his special camera? Okay, this is the other thing that we added on to that video here, the other things that they captured. So they captured this squiggle thing, which is zoomed down into the forest. So they're claiming that was a UAP taken off, zooming around and then landing back into the forest. And I thought, could it be simply an insect on long exposure? Is my first thought. Or several insects whizzing around on long exposure, right? On a colour night vision, because it's actually dark nighttime here. You can see a star up there. Is that the plane? Or is that a cursor? I can't quite see. But anyway, yeah, so that's what colour night vision can do. Just need a wee bit of background light. Maybe it was like early morning, sunrise coming up. I don't know. But anyway, it's enough light there for the camera, Sony camera, Starlight camera, to make it look like daytime. And so Mick West had a look, and he pinned it. And there we go. It looks like a flashlight, like people walking through the frame. Now this camera was facing behind them. And of course, as you know, they've got lots of other people, staff, that follow them around with cameras. So they've got a cameraman, probably a producer and all that behind them, with also headlamps. Now we know Bledsoe and his daughter were out the front of the camera, and they weren't behind. What's that?
Michael donated $6.83. Test.
Oh, okay. So it worked, the tips thing, but you reckon you can't get low. That's kind of weird. Yeah, it worked. It makes a different sound too. Which is good, because it separates it from the Google one. Yeah, no matter what I do, nothing added, not adding media sector says that media supply does not meet the view count requirement. Yes, that's obviously a new sentence since I added it. It's done the animation also. Alright, yeah, I don't see the animation. It sort of adds it as it's going out to the stream. To all the different capture sites. I don't see it on my screen. Which is a bit unfortunate, because it would be handy if it could have an overlay add-on program that simulates it. Directly on the screen, and then this captures the whole screen. That would be a better way to do it, instead of doing overlays which are hidden, if you know what I mean. Technical stuff. So yeah, and I said to that, alt account, damn, it so is. Cameramen behind would have one, as you don't see the full people there. It's sad. It's sad. It's present to Fugel and Travers and Eric, and no one questioned it or debunked it. I think it missed off ED on the end. Presented. It was presented to Fugel and Eric, etc. No one questioned it or debunked it. Just called it a UAP. Monreal brain scans are so lame that seem to prove what people look at light, the same brainwaves happen. So yeah, they did a base subject, some person also laying in the chair looking up, and they got exactly the same brainwaves, oddly enough. Maybe because they were scanning the skies thinking about UFOs, so they got the same sort of pattern. So I don't know. It's just the Monroe Institute is the people that are trying to link brain activity with PK and spooky action at distance, you know. I thought I covered it last time. Anyway, I'll post a link to it there. There's a lot of replies and things to it if you want to read underneath it. But yeah, Mick West, at least they did a full investigation there. And I knew it was planes, but I knew it was a lot of work to prove it, because you need the date and time, and you needed a good gold membership or whatever, or platinum membership to go back 3 years on the software, because that's a year old, and you only on the free one you can only go back a week or something like that. So if you got money and people helping you, you can easily solve something really quickly rather than do it alone. Yeah, so Bledsoe debunked. We got some more to go over though. Bledsoe debunked all planes this time. I don't think there was any satellites listed in that particular frame that night. Just leave that behind. So we can now move on to the next one. This is something else Mick noticed. Yep, I will cover this episode sometime too. It was so cringe. Can't believe they were conned by Bledsoe so easily. So here we got satellite tracking tools are great to have, but you don't know how to use them. They are worse than useless. Hey, Paul Bean Ban tells everyday spy there's no satellite between here and Atlantic Ocean while looking at display showing maybe 5% of the overhead satellites. Yeah, so as you know, you have to input the inputs of what satellites you want to show up on the map software, right? And normally you pick the ones that you can see with your eyes, but if you're using cameras, they can, especially low light cameras, they can see far more satellites up there, right? But yeah, most of the ones they see with their eyes at the same time, don't they? But yeah, this is a clip from the episode, 5 seconds.
We've got nothing between here and the Atlantic Ocean.
And we know that's just bullshit. But people watching it don't know that. Looks like they've only got a few satellites tracking on there. That one there, probably International Space Station, is it? So yeah. Yeah, I'm not really hungry, thanks anyway. Yeah, I didn't have time to get anything to eat this morning. I was going to have a pie or something. Oh, gusts of cold air come wishing in. I got the oil heater on. It's now getting warmish, but I didn't have time to put socks on, and my feet are frozen now. But anyway, yeah. Alright, moving on to the next tab. Yes, this is another one. He managed to zoom in with the special high quality vision he got. I don't know, he must have had a 4K image of it or something. Or he managed to... He noticed the pattern on flight radar, is it? What it means. And it always means there's no internet connection. So if you got no internet connection, it's not going to be updating the planes moving, is it? So why the Beyond Skinwalker Ranch team couldn't identify any of the blinking orbs that Bledsoe summoned in the middle of the swamp. So that's why they use stock footage for the screen close-ups. Probably the same with the satellites, as they only had 20 on the screen. So they're faking it, you know? Or the Discovery Channel are faking it. So it looks to me like that may have been stock image. I don't know. It must have been on the show. I don't know if he pasted it on there. It kind of looks higher quality though, isn't it? But yeah, it's interesting. And of course, Green Street said to that, they are just having fun at the expense of vulnerable people who want to believe. I talked to Paul B-Ban a while ago. He said that Beyond Skinwalker show was made to expand the brand and says there's no real evidence, but it's entertaining because people want to believe. So there he's got screen snapshots of the chat. I've been watching Beyond and it's just silly fake entertainment, typical ghost hunting format where they repeatedly lie to the audience. It's not real. I don't know what ghost hunters shows he's watched, but not all of them are fake. Although our guest last time said that some of them do things to improve the ratings, but it's a bit hard to fake EVPs, I think. But the ones with the voices calling out could be animals as well, but could also be someone from the production team, right? Playing along. So you can never be 100% sure. But those static ones that sound really crappy, but you can still make out words in it. How would they do that? By using the radio transmitter? So yeah, you can never be sure, right? You can build a radio transmitter that does the time slicing over the different frequencies. But why do that, you know? All the ghost shows are using those tools and they're all faking it. Somehow I don't think so. But anyway, moving on. That is Flight Radar 24 looking for ADSB based predictions. Also shows lack of being thorough in their investigation. ADSB can be run on any platform with a $30 USB device. Yeah, I think you can get a radio transmitter, isn't it? You debunked yourself. You just debunked yourself. You use those same stock screenshots to justify your debunking. Not sure what they mean in there. The show is entertainment and nice paycheck for the creators. Yep. It's such a fake show, Skinwalker. Or could be Brandon actually believe all his experts that badly that he just doesn't see it. I don't know. It's very strange. It's no internet. I thought it was funny. I thought that was a good post. Anyway. See, Mick West is better to get out of politics and just stick with at least some debunking. He gets most of them right. Not all of them, I'd say, but most of them. So I looked at other things too on the show. This week they are on bridge near Miller's Ranch. Do USA have cells on bridge under them or side? I know in New Zealand we do have occasional cell receivers and transmitters bolted on the side of the overpass bridges, and also cameras, of course. I'm not sure if that bridge had any, but it's not like we can fly around the bridge and have a look. Of course, if you got a cell phone network on there, they use all sorts of frequencies. I think I covered this before, and I keep saying I think it's because people got cell phones or wireless mics, right? So if you type in cell network freaks, I guess, USA, it'll give us a list of ones they use, hopefully. There we go. 1.2 gigahertz, which is 1900 megahertz. 1.7 gigahertz, 2.1 gigahertz, 2.5 gigahertz, half 600 megahertz. I think we've had 600 megahertz show up on their thing before at Skinwalker Ranch. So there you go. Of course, there's also 4G. 600, 700. So they have all these different band numbers, right? Mid-band. To better get better coverage, depending on the land thing. 1.7 there. You can see there's a lot of frequencies they use, right? And of course, we'll look at their chart in a minute. But 1.7, 1.9, 600 are key ones that come up, and I think 700 even. I think even 850 come up. So these are all the frequencies in USA. USA Cellular, same ones again. Let's say about 4G. Oh, here we go. 4G, high band, low band. So it uses, and 5G uses what? A lot of frequencies as well. But higher up gigahertz. Because you want to transmit more data, right? So you need higher frequencies. Oh, what's happened? Oop, what happened there? Must have clicked on something on the other screen. Is it still working? So yeah, and you also can look at frequencies, USA for wireless mic, maybe. There you go. There's the 1.9 gigahertz as well. 900. And there's 1.4 to 1.5 there, look. And that's always talking about 1.2 and 1.5. There's 1.5. Right. Oh, we can't, the guy with the ponytail, the CIA. Oh no, you can't use the 1.2. It's reserved. And of course, some of these can reflect back at lower frequencies, right? You get like echoes. But if we type in wireless mic frequencies, we get a whole lot of ranges here. Let's see. At least I'm doing an investigation there. Travis Walton doesn't do, or Eric doesn't do, or the pony guy. What's his name? I don't know what his name is. Doesn't do. So yeah, I want to put 1.2 and well, we'll try 1200 megahertz, which is 1.2 gigahertz. See if that comes up. VHF, UHF frequencies, but not specifically at 12 megahertz. The most common ranges are these, which is 1.7 again, and 1.8. Remember, they get 1.8 as well. It's not typical frequency range for wireless mic, but I have seen them on wireless mics. Reading sales pages. That's what the AI say, so let's have a look. There's 1.8, 1.7, and they don't turn off their wireless mic when they're filming. But you have to put it in quotes. I'm pretty sure I've come across wireless mics of 1.2. As long as it works at a short range and is not a stronger signal than the satellite, then you can use it, right? As long as it doesn't interfere with other services. So as long as you're not close to like someone else's, well, if someone uses a satellite phone, right, that's going to have to use 1.2, and they're going to have to, it's going to reflect off rocks as well. So they're going to detect, so someone might have a smartphone, they might have a satellite phone. So if the wireless mics are not doing it, someone might have a satellite phone in the back pocket. Or they might even have a frequency jammer, but of course when they show it on the chart, it looks like it's got data packets. Like there's some sort of chat happening, they say it's aliens talking to each other. On the show. I'm pretty sure I've seen wireless mics for 1.2. Wireless mic. I've put in quotes maybe. Oh, what's happening now? The AI didn't say it's not impossible. Though, did it? It said it's not typical, but doesn't mean the wireless mics don't have it. Okay, it's going to come up with its thing. Alright, here we go. What's this? It's giving us a different answer. While some wireless systems, particularly those used in Japan, may utilize frequencies of 1.2 gigahertz. 1240, I'm pretty sure I've seen that on the graph, to 1260. This is not a common standard for wireless microphones in many regions. So yeah, okay. What frequencies do wireless microphones use? Any suggestions? My SDR only goes up to 1.2 gigahertz. So there you go. He's talking about wireless mics. So they do have them out there. Wireless mics and changing frequency landscape. Many parts of the spectrum from VHF talks about 1.2 there, and the upper frequency will likely remain open to. Okay, let's just have a look at that one. Talks about USA there, so Stephen provides an update on the impending 600 megahertz band, including FCC's timeline. And that's America, isn't it? Talks about wireless smartphones there. For 20 years, Shaw has worked closely with federal communications global agencies representing the needs of wireless microphone users with a unified spectrum strategy. A lot of reading there. So it's talking about mobile phones, was it? Oh, here we go. So good news for wireless microphone operators. So no one is forced to precipitate. It's important to note that incentive auction Wide range of possible outcomes. Yeah, it goes on a bit. I thought it was going to be a simple answer. So they're saying they're going to open it up. Probably if it's got a certain range, like up to 2 meters or 5 meters or whatever. Because you wouldn't need a wireless microphone to be too far away, would you? How about a concert? I suppose that could cause problems, maybe. I don't know. eBay professional 1.6 gigahertz wireless audio video transceiver. So yeah, only $50 US. Yeah, so is that talking to satellites? I don't know. Simple antenna like that talking to satellites? I don't think so, surely. I suppose it's possible. I thought the antennas on the satellite phones are way bigger than those things. What can you do with it? So this is where you got to explore, right? Looks like it's like internet connection over farmland, right? That's what it looks like to me. GPS tracker. Is it for that though? Let's have a look. This is all this sort of research you have to do, right? Is that for doing long range internet maybe? I don't know. It's talking about video there, is it? Can't quite read it. Video, audio. 12 channel receiver. Is that from satellite though? Who knows out there? Doesn't seem to. It's a high powered thing that goes through 3 brick walls and receives it on the other end. Looks like it's like good way to send internet and data, I would have thought, over a rural area. What's it say here? 1 gigahertz, 1.1 gigahertz. All these frequencies have been on that Skinwalker Ranch, which again is in a ranch where you'd use transmitters like this. Video, audio, synchronous transmission. 12 volts. Doesn't say it's satellite, does it? Nothing about satellite there, is it? It's like receiver and transmitter. But like you can get Wi-Fi ones in the house, so you can get HDMI wireless. That uses the wireless frequency range 2.1 to 2.5, whatever it is, range, and you can transmit up to 200 meters. So there you go. There's a gadget for transmitting audio and video, probably at a certain distance. So what was the range? Did it have a range here? There's only 1.5 watts of power. That would be a pretty dim bulb, wouldn't it? And 400 milliamps of current, of all things. Oh, here we go. Goes up to 1200 meters. 1 kilometer. So you'd use that on the farm. Or maybe you have something up on a hill, or maybe your house is down below the normal TV reception. So you just have an antenna system up on the mountain, then transmits that towards the other receiver down to the house, and they get it that way. That'd be something like that. What do you think, Mike? Well, there's no definite evidence that EMF radiation from everyday sources is definitely dangerous. Official papers. Especially with high frequency and long exposure. Ah, yeah, you're talking about health risks, limited exposure. Yeah, apparently you have to wear special suits if you're mucking around with 5G up close. It's like being in a microwave, I guess. You can get yourself cooked. But you can protect yourself from it. I think you meant to. I suppose they can't turn it off when they're doing maintenance checks, so they'd have to wear suits, wouldn't they? But you know, the regular phones and stuff really doesn't have that much energy to penetrate more than the dead skin of your arm, anyway. But there was some rumours that holding it up to your head, which most people probably don't do now. They probably just use speaker phone or even Bluetooth or something to connect, which is lower frequency, lower energy again. Makes it more safe. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick search on it. You saw the frequencies now, right? You know, when they say in the show, oh, it's reserved. Well, it's not. We just proved it's not, because there's a pair of things for USA that you can buy. Works up to 1 kilometer. Maybe because it's like what they call it, direct line of sight. So it's not going to interfere with the satellites, right? And they'll be the same with the wireless mics. They have a certain range and power output, 1.5 watts, you know. It's pretty good. They can get that range or that. So anyway, here's the frequency they got on the bridge. And look, 1.7. Now, I pointed out to you 1.8 and 1.7 range was used by cell towers, mobile phones, 4G and 5G, which is what everybody's using nowadays. Oh, we're getting alien signal. So yeah, I found this too. Seeing someone agrees it's cell, considering a staffer was filming with a phone, they clearly don't turn them off. So yeah, on the latest episode, they're watching Starlink satellites go overhead, and they're saying, "Oh, look at that! Look at that!" And they're looking through the camera, infrared camera at it, and suddenly the tree lights up with all these sparkly lights in it, like a Christmas tree. And I knew straight away what that was, because we've seen it with an experiment that Mick West did with his Lidar on his Apple iPhone. And they use Lidar for working out distances. You know, Lidar means ranging, laser ranging. So they use Lidar for nighttime filming to try and get the focal point right. So it turned out one of the production staff whipped out his phone and started recording the Starlink as they were filming the show. And the Lidar of this iPhone was lighting up the tree, even though our eyes don't see it. He doesn't see, you know, we don't see all these matrix pattern. I actually haven't got a snapshot of it, but if you can imagine a row of dots being pointed out through a laser, it was overlaid over the tree and they're reflecting backwards. Let's see if we can actually look it up. Actually, Lidar autofocus iPhone. I'm pretty sure it's iPhone. Would have it in some Samsung phones probably now. Can Lidar beat autofocus? Okay, and at night time I'd say. So bad there 3 years ago, but yeah, technology progresses, right? Let's see, does it show us the dot pattern that creates? Probably not. But it's showing you how it zooms out the laser So on that bit there, I guess. So on that little circuit there. Of course, you don't see it with your eyes because it's infrared. Oh, I think I need to go to the toilet, guys. Oh, there you go. So you can only see it with an infrared camera, but it puts out this matrix grid. And if you aim it towards a tree, like 100 feet away, it makes it look like a sparkly Christmas tree. I don't know if you can actually... And of course, I was surprised. The CIA agent, he found out, or someone told him, someone was filming with a phone, so he looked up the phone and found it had Lidar on it. And he actually told Brandon Fugel that we solved that one. So yeah, I'm not sure what I can put though to get Skinwalker. I think it was on Beyond Skinwalker. iPhone tree. Let's see if something pops up. So I might have taken a snapshot. It doesn't look like it. Got to be careful because we sometimes get some nude images pop up when you least don't expect it. But yeah, nothing there. Anyway, I need to quickly dash off to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. I won't bother putting up a thing. I'll just let it sit there. Okay. Radio. I now got a cold crumpet, I think it is. Yeah, not so nice when they're cold. Oh well. Yeah, so I found this here to back up the frequencies of Skinwalker Ranch. There it is. So they went to the Thomas Miller Ranch Bridge 2 years ago. So it talks about it here. I can't with this show anymore. These guys, even though nothing about electricity and radio or a line. The CIA guy says we pumped electricity out of these Tesla cores, and we're picking up radio signals that have nothing to do with each other. Which, you know, it creates a lot of noise across the whole spectrum. The Tesla cores, all the sparks coming out. Yeah, they do that, dude. Spark gaps like that pump out all sorts of RF, especially at the close range, and they do exactly what happened. Blocked the RF in the vicinity, namely the 1.7 gigahertz signal that they claim was a reaction. You just interfered with cell phone for a few minutes, and then it came through when you stopped. So yeah, so if you end up creating a RF jammer by creating Tesla cores that making all these sparks on the bridge, it's got to resynchronize again, isn't it, with the phones. So that's what he's saying here. The 1.7 to 2.1 gigahertz are common cell frequencies, which also explains the data packets, which data packets are just that, and they aren't necessarily encrypted either. Bingo! Exactly what I've been saying all those years too. So that's good. That I'm not so dumb. People say I'm dumb and not a scientist. Well, at least I can do research and understand it. At least they tried Tesla cores instead of repeatedly launching model rockets. They should have launched the Tesla core into the sky. Well, they did test the core on Skinwalker Ranch later too, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, they had no idea how they work or electricity spark gaps can generate. Yeah, that CI guy is just pathetic on the show. But again, he's got to play along if he wants to get a paycheck, right? Then minutes later, thrill as they freak out to obvious meteors. So yeah, they got a whole meteorite shower happen at the same time. You can see from the data stamps they were filming near the peak of the Alpha Centaurid meteorite shower. Yep, that's why they don't tell you the date and time and direction they're looking, so you can't figure out their tricks. See, that's useful information. My mind doesn't jump to meteorite showers. Yep, spotted they were meteorites straight away. Looks like meteorite shower. Did they by any chance give any data on the power level of the 1.6 gigahertz signals they are picking up from the cell towers? No, I couldn't make out the scale, but it's not the 1.6 they were always talk about on the main show. Which I think is, again, exactly the same thing. That's what we looked at on that chart, you know. The 1.6 gigahertz that is on Skinwalker Ranch can also be a Iridium satellite phone. That's what I said, satellite phone. Which uses the 1.616 to 1626 megahertz range. But yes, 1.730 as our cell phone signals. And they get all these frequencies. It's all around us. Bouncing around us, guys. A CIA agent lying and or embellishing the truth. Who could have seen that coming? Exactly. Brandon didn't. Or maybe he did. Maybe Brandon's a liar too. I haven't gotten that far. In fact, Brandon didn't answer me about coming on my show. Because I would ask him all these hard questions. And he would make excuses up, as you read previously replies from him. Oh, I trust someone that's got 30 years experience. Yeah, it doesn't mean they're not lying and conning you out of your money, you dickhead. Well, what can you do? So yeah, Skinwalker Ranch. So that was under that one. Did I post that one? I did. So you should be able to get access to it if you want to have a look at it. Anyway, moving on. How many people with us at the moment? We haven't even broken 10 yet. We got 4 on Rumble. And we got Mike still on YouTube. Only 1 on the whole YouTube, people. Okay, so this is the other thing they showed on that same episode, right? What's your thoughts on jumping UFOs on their UFO Sky Hub tracker cam? Now, when I've seen the Sky Hub tracker cam, it's only using 1 camera. So there's no way they can exclude things that are really small close to the camera, like a drone or bug or bird. And of course, this thing jumps from there to there on their Sky Hub tracking software. Now we don't know how that exactly works, whether it's got a delay in the processing, you know, because drawing all these boxes and calculating things are going to take some time to do. But if an insect moving close to the camera with a single lens camera, it's got no way to exclude it as being something in the sky. And that's exactly what they are. They claim the camera moved well. Eric spotted it, so not a bug this time, but claim it can't move. It's locked off. So yeah, they locked off the camera. But on the video you see it suddenly move, like someone touched it, or the clamp wasn't actually tight enough. But this is not. But it turns out it doesn't explain away the sudden movement on the camera. So I said somewhere here. There's a bug, right? The special camera is not dual lens, so it can't rule out a passing bug, right? What do you think? So they didn't actually answer that. Locked off camera moving, don't explain this one though. So a bug. They claim to capture orange thing. They claim only satellite is over Pacific from Colorado Springs, and they got all sats showing though. Okay, so let's have a look at the images. So on the show they said, oh, there's nothing in the sky showing satellites, but they haven't got all the satellites showing, just like Mick West pointed out previously, right? So it looks like that's where they are. Colorado. So the bridge is going to be on that road there, probably. Alright. So at least we can work out from the screen snapshot, even if it's not date and time, whereabouts they are. There's no satellites. No satellites. So there's enough clues there if you're a skilled investigator to piece it all together, like Mick West team of people on his website figured out, right? Even though they don't tell you where they are, we can figure it out. We can work out the GPS coordinates and work out where the ranch is. So he says there's no planes in the sky as well. But what you see on that? So the guy is looking at this light moving in the sky. As you know, we can see these lights for hundreds of miles sometimes. Well, at least 100 kilometers. And so we know they're on the edge here somewhere. There, wasn't it? Where was the road? On the other map. Well, there's a mountain range, so they were there, right? Oh, what's that? There's a plane. Liar, liar. There's a plane moving from west to east, just like the guy said on the TV show. So they're there. So that's probably in range of a light moving away, right? So the line, or they don't understand the tools they're using. And this is the one McWest pointed out, that there's no satellites. Well, that's only because they've only got a few queued up.
Michael King donated £5 through Super Chat. Less than YouTube God here, Paul.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Don't spend all your money on me, though. So, yeah, satellites debunked. The airplanes are debunked here. And this is what they get on the show. They see this heading off that direction, and then they see another one moving the other direction, but obviously you're allowed to have 4 snapshots, so I didn't include them all. But I think that's the other plane moving that direction there, isn't it? Can't remember, but there's one moving that way, and then later there's one moving that way. No, it can't be another plane. I think that must be a star or planet. So that one there must be moving north, heading downwards, heading north. And then they get another one that's moving from here that way, which is heading west to east, which is on that map. Even though he's saying on the show live, oh, I don't see no planes moving that way. We know there is. Because we can take a snapshot and zoom in, and we know little yellow dots on the screen are planes. And that looks like maybe one there, is it? Oh no, it could be on the map. Definitely one there in the whole sky. So what time of night would that have been? Probably early in the morning. And there you go. They're debunked again. I'll post a link to that one. You can have a look yourself if you want. Have a watch of the show. Best to watch the whole show if you can. And then you'll see my analysis here. Oh, I already got it up, haven't I? Yeah. You see my analysis is spot on. Bledsoe's a liar. They're liars. And people really suck it in. You know, people are debating me, saying, oh no, they've captured lots of UFOs. They got something abnormal happening. People, you got to question, you got to educate yourself. Don't be a blind believer. 99% is junk out there. 1% though are really good stuff, which you never ever get to see on TV. You only get to see it on people like me. But anyway, Flight Radar caught out on a lie again on the show. And I spotted that one. So these are all the extra ones I added to McWest's add-on there, debunking the rest of the episode. And I think we're almost done with Skinwalker Ranch now. But we're not done with Bledsoe. Amazing comparison, great work, UFO interest. Comparison with a orbiting astronomical observatory 3. Copernicus, or whatever it is, as a viewed from Bledsoe's location on Wrightsville Beach. that night. It's 100% match. Okay, so that must be Bledsoe at the bottom, looks like in there, and this must be at the top, the tracking software, is it? Oh no, the other way around. So there you go. You can see he's moving the camera all over the place. Makes it look more believable, of course, if you do that instead of using a tripod like a professional. You can also put a smartphone on a tripod, you know that. So if you go outside, if you've been doing it for many years, you know, put the tripod on a tripod, and you can get electric motor like I use, and you can use your little hand tool to move it around and zoom it and keep it on track without all the hand movements, right? And you can see it passing the stars that is shown on the map here. There's kind of star there, but this has been cut off. This is why you don't form portrait. If you form landscape, you can get more stars. There's some stars coming, 2 of them. One passing by there, look. So total match. Yeah, we can't look at Bledsoe because he's blocked me. Well, actually, we could probably find that one. Not too hard to expose Bledsoe. So yeah, there you go. Bledsoe is so easy to debunk, guys. And that's why you always know the fraud when you see one. A fraud sky watcher doesn't use the apps, doesn't use the sky tracker, doesn't use flight radar, and they don't show it side by side at the time of the filming. You know they're a fraud and not to pay any attention to them, right? Occasionally they're going to get kites, lead kites and lead balloons though, and sky lanterns, and occasional drones, which we don't have any tracking apps for them. Bledsoe debunked again. It's never ending with Bledsoe, isn't it? God, it feels like a long time already on this, coming up to 2 hours. That's just on the Skinwalker Bledsoe stuff again. Now on to other things, right? So you might have seen this one. I'll play it first, and then we'll go over the debunk of this one. This one's been doing the rounds as well. It looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks like a UFO coming down, something you see on Thirdphaseofmoon, and News Channel, of course. Oh, it looks like something coming down to Earth. And again, we know when you aim a camera up, it's actually passing horizontally like planes, and it's not actually coming down vertically. It's just an optical illusion. So it's not actually coming down, it's actually going horizontal across the sky. But yeah, it tricks people thinking it's not coming down. So what is it, guys? They're going no phone apps used, which solved it within minutes, of course. Well, we know it's not going to be a satellite. But it looks like something with 1, 2, 3, 4 lights on it. Could it be a plane? And I can hear some strange noise in the background going jigga 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 jig, can't you? Sounds like almost like water, like someone going up and down in water. Is it raining or something? Must be raining. And in the background there you can hear something that sounds like chopper blades. So it's a helicopter. You can hear it occasionally over the water. So you could filter out and run it through some audio software and filter out maybe the rain. It might be a bit tricky though. because it is pretty random. Let's just amp it up louder so you can have a look. Listen. It's raining, so we're looking for the sound behind the sound, right? And you can tell there's different chopper blades. Alright, the news channel should be able to do that. They're meant to be specialist video and audio experts, right? I'll just put the volume back down. Helicopter flying over, not going down, just perceptive. Yep, that's the one. Everybody's learning here. And if we go back up to what he did, he plugged it into, he got the date and time of it. And it's a helicopter. And it's this one here. And it's got 4 lights. So it's got a nose light, a tail light, and obviously it's got 2 lights either side. Just goes to show, and there is some red there too. It's not really obvious though. You can definitely hear the chopper blades. It's because the lights are overexposed, I think. You can't see the blinking. But anyway, just goes to show you have to be really, really stupid to call that a UFO without doing proper investigation. Green Streak is putting these clowns out, news channels out. Alright, why can't anyone else do it? And I bet it's on Thirdphase. We haven't looked at Thirdphase lately, but I bet it's on Thirdphase. But we'll get there, alright? We're just going over the viral stuff on the web. Okay, the Corbell one. Solved now. The balloon thing. It turns out a couple of circles were droplets of rain on the casing of the camera. And the other one was a sun flare. Or glare, and was correct. And I was correct saying there was a reflection of an LCD because there's a camera filming the camera. But it turns out the sun is in the same direction. Mick West plugged it into a special site rec or whatever it's called, with all the star maps and planet movement and all that sort of stuff. And the sun, he managed to find out the date and time and location, and he lined it up exactly with the sun. And what we didn't know was that Corbell used AI enhanced software. He never used AI on any video because it makes a right mess and makes something look, you know, something that's really fuzzy. It looks for edges and it brings out the edges and makes it look like a balloon. So that got me conned on that. So we'll just have a look at this. This guy here went over it when more information came out. And Mick West did his thing. But yeah, apparently this has been AI artificially enhanced.
And the AI has to try to...
I'm not sure what location this guy is. It sounds kind of German. I'll be back. But yeah, this is all IR enhanced, and that's the only one that we could actually see. Well, this guy was correct saying that the first video, he didn't see anything either. It was so bad. And the only thing you see is a really faint moving.
Separate videos, the quality is rough, okay? And so is
worse than Spud Cammy.
The compression. This is the first video. And I'm most impressed by this one because I can't even see the UFO, okay?
Remember, I said the same thing when I first looked at it last time. And I said exactly the same. I said, you can't see anything on this. And there's meant to be something moving. And I asked you guys to have a look.
I'm watching the clip, I'm like, anytime now, it's like that scene in Jurassic Park, right? Where they look into it's like, oh, there's the Dilophosaurus. It's
So we went through exactly the same process and came up with the same thing.
Just not there, alright? But here we get something.
Okay, so now this is where we see the droplets of water there, which is not a UFO, and I think there's one down there. And you can see there's a storm cloud there, so...
Now look at the upper part of the
there's another one. Another droplet of water.
Screen. I'm sure you've seen this footage before at this point, but here it is. So right now we're looking at the raw footage, and I want to play this for you guys again before we get into the slightly enhanced version here. Look at, so the object, I'm just explaining this for you guys, but the object comes from up here and curves almost, like kind of flies a...
Okay, so we're looking at the big object from there, but these other ones that are streaking, like making streaks of water droplets, right?
Curve and then flies horizontally, almost horizontally to the right hand side. Okay, so keep an eye on that. There it is.
There it is, there it is. So these are more defined because they're droplets of water, and that ghost
appears, and it almost seems to be...
You can't even see it really.
Be like a little bit shiny on the edge there. So
and then Corbell runs it through enhanced.
To be honest, as I said in the beginning, like the footage.
There it is. So you can hardly see it, which means it's actually, you know, this light source here is a reflection of the LCD screen. But it turns out the sun's actually in the same direction, which is a bit confusing, I know.
Itself is rough. It's very compressed and artifact.
And this is AI enhanced one, you can see.
So you don't see much. So Jeremy Corbell himself was kind enough to share an...
It's been nice to Corbell.
Everyone would be like, yeah, dude, I don't know, this is like a water drop.
Water droplet, yeah.
Or something. It's nothing. No, so Jeremy Corbell had to add an AI.
No, the big one was not a water droplet. The little ones were definitely water droplets though.
Enhanced version. So let's look at that. And keep in mind, an AI enhanced version does actively add details that previously weren't there.
Duh. And that's what fooled me, because I thought this was actually just brightened or something with the Navy footage, because it said it was number 3 video, right?
Yeah.
And you can see now it looks like it's something that's sort of cloaked going through clouds.
To footage like this, okay.
Which has totally changed it to a really faint, sort of like a shadow thing.
So here it is, and here's also a close-up of the object kind of coming down from the top left.
See, that's when I saw that, and I thought, oh, that looks like a weather balloon or a Chinese spy balloon from above.
Side of the screen, and then flying to the...
Yeah, it's AI enhanced, so yeah, it's just damn artifacts, enhanced artifacts. So it goes on a bit about it, but anyway, I'll post a link to it and you can have a watch. I'll do it through this page here. So yeah, that's all I posted yet. I'll just post that. So the Corbell one debunked, the helicopter one debunked, and Bledsoe's all debunked. How about that? That's a good episode today. Where's my poster? Oh, did I close it accidentally? I meant to leave it open. Just saves me having to keep doing it each time. Corbell. Amazing. Remember they talked about this they got amazing video of a flying saucer caught from satellite going through clouds. UFO Disc is artifact, not UAP. Salt. More junk from Corbell. You think he'd be wise enough to release it publicly and let people debunk it before claiming it is a UAP, right? If the debunkers are conflicted what it is, then you could say, well, some are saying it this and some are saying that's a real UFO, and this is what they said. But yeah, if that's a top secret footage, won't be arrested. So it kind of makes you wonder straight away that there's going to be something that has been solved or figured out. But he was claiming that it hadn't been solved, right? What a load of crap. I'm pretty sure the experts would have figured that one out. They would have known the direction where the sun was that time. Yeah. Okay, and of course onto the BugaSphere. The bugger's ball. Sphere. I'm saying sphere. Jeremy Corbell had not much good to say about the BugaSphere. The BugaSphere, or whatever. In the latest episode of Weaponized Podcast. In my latest video, I break down the most ridiculous moments of the whole episode. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, so basically he was saying it was a hoax, Corbell. He's saying it's nonsense. So he's attacking Jamie, my son, not working with him. How strange. So if the sphere, and they got scientists saying it's a real UFO, then what's that say about the mummies, what they were saying were real aliens, right? As I always said, there was a mixture of human bones with animal bones in those mummies. So all they had to do was make sure the scientists took samples of the human bones, so the DNA matched. Because DNA's tricky, isn't it? If it's like someone with a deformity, right, mixed in with an animal bone, and they take a sample of a human that's got deformity, the DNA will have some strangeness to it. It's part human and part alien, you know? They always come up with that terminology. Do we worry about playing this? I don't know. We could have a quick look under fair use.
So at this point I will have to assume that all of us have seen.
Yeah, it's this guy again.
Look at the Weaponized Podcast, and yes, I'm going to go through the whole thing. I have no timestamps. I'm going to watch the whole thing, but...
And I never thought the American public was ever going to be able to see it. It took a real act of
Okay, I thought he was going to do clips, but...
also admitted that the Pentagon is actively, or has been actively faking UFO evidence to promote false alien propaganda to cover up actuals.
Well, we know that. We all know that. There's nothing new, right? Yeah, so that's come out too, but we're going to talk about that one next. But I thought he was going to talk about the BugaSphere anyway. But yeah, that's a hoax. Apparently the scientist was using a multimeter, saying they're getting frequencies of it, and you can't get frequencies with a multimeter, you have to use an oscilloscope. So it's all that sort of clues there that the scientists are fake scientists or lying. Oh, here's the other one. So Mick West has analysed the video for his PsychRec program again, which they call in the Mosul Orb. So that's now solved. Remember, we only got a single frame, and people were saying it was like a puddle on the road, maybe a round tent on the road. What was the other ones? I said it could possibly be still a water droplet on the lens cover, and that the wind can blow it in different directions and make it look like it's not natural. Also I said it's possibly a balloon or water droplet in the lens, but I still was going with water droplet until more information come through. Well, more information has come through, and now we got a video of the video, but it doesn't change any sort of direction, it just goes in a straight line. There you go, bing. So that looks like a some type of balloon that the camera caught passing past. Alright. Casting a shadow, is it? It's a bit hard to see it on that scale though. Goes really quickly. I want a slowed down version. It needs to slow it down frame by frame. Yeah, we can't actually see any shadow, can we? But we know the shadow's on this side of the trees. Yeah, you can't really see it there. So if that was casting a shadow, it would be probably down here, off frame. So he's put it into a model here. I'm not sure if that's Rec or what is it called? Blender. And then he's put it in with the coordinates and map. Where's it moving? Anyway, you can see it moves like a balloon. You know it's a damn well not a balloon, so these people are still pushing it's not a balloon but a UFO. It's stupid really. That's no balloon. Well, it's still image came out, so you said it was a puddle. I don't think Mick West said it was a puddle. That's something like Goof on or someone said. I did not. When that still came out, and my first hypothesis was a Mylar balloon. Of course, it could be a Chinese spy balloon. Well, that would make sense. Maybe that's why they thought it was unusual. Doesn't look like a puddle, does it? Goofon said it, he thought it was a car. Don't he? Like a beetle car or something. Really crazy guy, that guy. Bad debunker. He used to call me bad debunker, but he's the worst of the worst. I don't know, what is it? I know it's not a balloon. I'm surprised you didn't call it swamp gas. How? How does he know it's not a balloon? It certainly looks like a balloon moving with the wind. Well, for starters, be crystal clear about how large that balloon needs to be on extreme soon in order to transfer point field of view. Well, it's going to be a big Chinese balloon, isn't it? In that case, but Mick West said it thinks it's a weather balloon, but I suppose it's in that order. But yeah, how's a weather balloon show silvery colour? You have to explain that, because normally they show up as black or white, right? Or sun reflection of it, overexposed. I've never seen them really silver, but I know there are silver balloons that big, like the Loon Google balloon was that big. Depends on the altitude of the camera and of the balloon. If those are variable, how does Mick West arrive at large? Well, the distance away it was filmed and the number of pixels on the image, right? Thanks for your input, Mick. Just out of curiosity, have you communicated with the government? No, it's not unidentified, just consistent with being a balloon. Yeah, all the signatures are definitely there. I have to agree with Mick on this one. You can't prove it's a balloon, but it does look like and act like one. That's a UFO Chinese spy balloon. That solves it then. Wind past parallax. That balloon moves with purpose. Parallax. Come on, Mick, you entertained us. So yeah, back and forth. That's fast effing balloon mix. Again, it's just parallax, yeah. Of course, if you zoom in, the parallax makes it look like it's going faster too. So it's ridiculous to say a balloon, please come up. No, it's 100% balloon. If it's a balloon, we would need an explanation as to why the government didn't really identify it. Well, they did. I think they did say it was a balloon, didn't they? So, don't these people listen? They debunked all those ones as balloons, but they said there was some that moved in odd directions that they couldn't really solve. Which could be Chinese spy balloons, because they got motors on it that can make them change directions, which would defy a balloon drifting in the wind. So yeah, even Arrow knows that, but they probably just said that as a cover story. Oh, we don't know what these other ones are, because they can't say it's a Chinese spy balloon. Because they don't want to give it away. They don't want to let the Chinese know they're onto them. So yeah, I suppose I could post a link to that. And you can have a... There must be a full video of that full screen though. We'll see it better. I thought that he may have posted the full link somewhere there in the comment, but he hasn't. Mosul balloon. So that's why Jeremy is always going to have followers, because there's always those people that can't be convinced otherwise, right? If it moves like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it is a duck. In this case, if it moves like a balloon, floats like a balloon, it's the right colour for a balloon, it's got to be a balloon. Okay, what's this one? Alright, he posted more to it here. Interesting, the Mosul Orb is somewhere in the red circle. The wind is coming from about 330 degrees. Just 6 miles upwind is Mosul's only weather service. Could it be local weather balloon? So where's the weather service? So that's the direction it's moving. Ah, right there, is it? Oh no, there. Yeah. So, or is it there? There's a helicopter pad. So, oh, there. That's got to be the weather service. So, yeah, drifting down. There you go. So, it makes sense. So, Mix has nailed it there, I think. Yeah, I'll post a link to that one too. Oh, Mick's getting really busy lately. He's taking away all our work. That's good. It's better other people spend their time hunting for satellites and planes, because that's boring. It gets boring after all. But like I said, I debunk things by matching images and signatures, the way things move, that sort of stuff, and you can sort of be right most of the time. I'll just post that one up. Oh, we're getting there. I didn't think I had much material today because it was a bit of a rush. So many bad things have been going on around here. Dad's hard drive died. What else? I had something else die the other day. It's like we're in a zone on the map somewhere that kills electronics left, right and centre. Something strange going on around this house. Oh right, yeah, it's my remote control AC switch. Suddenly it was working, clicking back and forth, but it wasn't turning off the power anymore. So it means that something's broken inside. And I had two of them, both of them have got the same fault. I suppose they're going to get a certain lifetime, so many clicks on and off, because it's a probably a relay. And so I bought some Wi-Fi plugs instead. You hold the button in and you pair it with some app on your phone. Now I simply just turn it off anywhere in the house that's got access to the Wi-Fi, which is kind of handy. I can turn on the computer from another room and pre-warm it or whatever, the bedroom. So yeah, let's get rid of that one. Alright, some other stuff. Okay, what do we got? Making the weather better. One turbine at a time. So again, talking about EV batteries and wind power and solar power. This is what happens sometimes. So they obviously got some oil for lubrication of the ball bearings, and it's seized up and it's just caught fire. Eee, what's that funny sound? Technologia. Technologia. What's that? Italy? Ooh, it's a big fire. Well, the wind, not much wind there, is there? Because these ones are not turning, and this one's on fire, and the wind's not blowing that smoke that way. So that's really good for the climate. And of course now these things probably cost an arm and a leg to replace. Yeah. I just read today that China's got the biggest wind farms, but they can't afford to keep replacing them every year or every 5 years after a hailstorm or big winds or a big cyclone. They probably don't get cyclones. Could you imagine wind farm in Texas or Florida? It just wouldn't work. You'd be replacing them all the time. And of course hailstones, crazy hailstones they get with the tornadoes and stuff. Could you imagine having solar farm in Texas? I can understand if you have it in a desert where you don't get much of that sort of stuff happening. Ideal for desert. There's not real farmland that you can use, although you can make it into farmland and use a lot of energy to pump water and not make it green like they do in Las Vegas. Deserts are ideal for solar farms, but it's not going to be the one cure-all for all your power needs, right? You're still going to need nuclear, and you're going to need some fossil unless you keep building more nuclear power plants. But you don't want to do that because they're trying to get fusion power plants going instead of fission power plants. So yeah, all these people pushing the climate agenda, they don't realize that solar and wind farms still adds to it, because you're going to have to keep digging up the materials to make them and replace them because they break down. The high maintenance compared to other methods. Imagine if you had to replace a nuclear power plant every 5 years or every year. You know, just be crazy. So anyway, what's out on news? Breaking, the era of stealth dominance could be nearing the end. Experts say quantum sensing and other breakthrough sensor technologies may soon overcome traditional advantages of stealth aircraft, making them easier to detect and track. Now, we've talked about this over the years, how they could detect a stealth plane by actually seeing how the air currents move. And using AI to process it, they could easily work out if something's moving through the air, but you can't see it on radar. I suppose this is where quantum sensors come in. They just like the word quantum and everything, don't they? So they're looking for micro. Quantum means very small movements of air current, probably using special microwave array like this, so you can detect something moving in the sky. Is there actually a link to it? Article? No. So I thought, yeah, that's interesting. But you think they'd post the article? Has anyone posted a link? No, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, that means if you can detect stealth planes, you should be able to detect UFOs, right? So the government again are probably lying about it all. So there's going to be some objects not being Chinese drones or submarines or whatever that they can't identify, or flying submarines, as some people suggest. Cluster of balloons tied together. Okay, another one I was meant to play first and then talk about it. But yeah, looks like I spoiled it for you. See if you can spot the balloons, guys. And it's filmed in the portrait. Yep, that looks like a bunch of balloons with connected all to each other by a string, right? And they're all bouncing around. There's some biological critters. Come on, Paul. What are you talking about? No, that's 100% balloons, guys. And it's pretty spud cammy footage on smartphone again. And it's always dots in the sky or something far away. It's never any classic flying UFO 100 feet to 300 feet away. It's always this kind of crap. So, you know, the person filming that is either a dick or he actually threw the balloons up there in the first place, is what we can say about that one. Yeah, so yeah, Average Chris has posted that one, saying it's a bunch of balloons, which is correct. And that's the sort of thing that Third Phase would be doing too. Balloons on strings. I don't think he said on strings though. Bunch of balloons, he said, not strings. Balloons on strings, tied together. Anyway, if I can type it in. I was going to do some third phase to see if any of the stuff we've done today is on their pages, but I think I'm going to run out of time. I got to get going. How are we going for time actually? Must be over 3 hours now. And of course you have to get to bed. If you need to get to bed, might go to bed. You're probably falling asleep anyway. Oh no, it's only 2 hours 15 minutes so far. I'd like to try and keep it to 3 hours, so let you guys get to bed. In Europe or UK that are watching. But we've not had many people on. Oh, we got over 10 finally. Hey, who's out there? But do hit a like if you like what we've done today. I've got to try and get another guest on. I'll see what comes up. I've got some options for the next guest for the show. So just stay tuned on that one. Okay, we need some more likes there. Only one on YouTube. That was my test one. How come you haven't hit like, Mike? Okay, we're finished with that rubbish. This was quite interesting. Someone on a bike, something you see on those like Britain's Got Talent or whatever. Or on movies. What? Look at this guy. Crazy. Yeah.
Brick. Woo!
Crazy, huh? He's got good balance, I'll give him that. But yeah, there's accident waiting to happen though. You can't always be 100%, can you?
Is it?
Oh. I could take out people quite easily. It's a pretty long video, is it? Okay, how long was it going? Oh, right, we're near the end. Oh, anyway, I thought you'd like that. You should go on Britain's Got Talent. You might win $100,000, whatever it is. Now, he's more skilled than a lot of people, that's for sure. Where's my link? Crazy biker. I don't think if a New Zealand cops saw someone doing that, they'd be ticketed. And if they kept on doing it, they'd take their bike off them, probably. Moving on. Now this one's interesting too. Another non-UFO one, but he kind of looks like an alien, doesn't he? It kind of looks like Jamie Mason's mummy. Something from a movie with makeup stuff, but it's actually a real living man. Okay, I'll just play it anyway. I'll go full screen on it, gang. I don't know where it's from. Oma Valley. I don't know if it's on a website or TV or what. Fancy doing that to your body, huh? That's a UFO in his mouth. How would you eat without dribbling? You'd have to use a straw or something, wouldn't you? That's just crazy. Creepy, even. Oh, I was trying to flip it back to normal size. Okay. I think Mike's falling asleep. Wake up! No, you gotta work. Have a good sleep, mate. Probably catch up on stuff you missed. What do you call him? Rubber lip. New turn to rubber lips. Okay. Talking about aliens, we've got amongst us, so that's one of them. What's next? Break-in. Meteor just exploded over Atlanta and appears to have potentially left shards somewhere in South Carolina. The American Meteorite Society has 128 formal reports pending of a fireball spotted around 12:30 p.m. So if anyone lives in that location, this is what they caught on satellite, I guess, is it? So updates every time it passes over. I don't know if in America whether they got geostationary. Yeah, it does. Oh yeah, there you go. Geostationary lightning mapper, and it detected the exploded meteorites. Pretty cool. I don't know if anyone's got a video of it exploding, but they happen within a few seconds. We see them over Christchurch sometimes. Post a link to that one too if you want to have a read of the comments. So yeah, all the satellites are going in space now. They should be able to detect UFOs if they can detect meteorites. Unless they got better cloaking technology, right? Or they don't actually travel through the sky like the earlier videos show of classic discs flying through the air. They might fly through the air, what they call impulse drive, like on Star Trek, where they're going short distances, maybe. But most of the time they'll be doing portal jumps. Why travel slow motion when you can just jump from one spot to the other? It wouldn't make any sense, would it? And of course you don't crash into things. But how would you work out if something is in the place that you're going to jump to? Yeah, that's a good question. So how would the aliens cope with that? They just take a chance? I suppose if you go up high enough before you jump, that would make more sense. So if they come down to a certain altitude, then they've got to go to impulse. And when they go up to a certain altitude, then they can go to portals. And that normally we see, when we're talking about portals, that's way up there, right? Above plane levels, 50,000 plus feet. And you see it open up or whatever. That would make sense. Or it would be low down, below 1,000 feet, where nothing really travels. At the moment, anyway. We might have flying cars that does away with that. Hopefully. If they can make them safe enough. Oh yeah, I thought this was quite funny. I've seen it before. People actually get conned about it, talking about it being a botnet. This is how coordinate psyops are happening in massive bot farms in Pakistan and China. This has to stop. Because we know better than this, because we've got virtual PCs now that can you can run different virtual computers. You can run virtual phones as well. You wouldn't use physical phones to do it, so unless you're doing it for proving something, right? How would you scroll, you know, with cables going up to a phone and the USB ports? How would you see what's on the screens? You know, they're looking upwards, right? Obviously it's advertising or viral advert or something like that. But I could see mainstream media using that and believing into it, right? And conning a lot of people watching. That's well done. Anyway, they got a thing here that says where it's from. Video shown in a video from Vietnamese digital marketing company. There you go. Called Min Software to demonstrate its services. It's not a bot farm used to spread propaganda, although we hear that all the time online, that they're using bots to spread. Well, the AI is so good now, you don't know who you're talking to, right? One of the people seen in the video is wearing a t-shirt with the company's name. There is it. Min Software. There you go. I'll post a link to that too. That's more of an interest one. Fake news, fake AI video, I guess. It's just getting better and better. Oh yeah, finished with that one. The thing is, it says Pakistan there, but if you look at the people, they look African and Chinese, which is kind of strange. They would say Pakistan. Oh, yeah, this is funny. Talking about the war in the Middle East. I thought this was pretty good. Although I think it's got some music. It's got some damn music on it. 1980s music. Iran. Who's the group that sings that? And there's Trump. What's that meant to be? Medieval Viking head. Iran is running. And they couldn't get away. I love stuff like that. That's clever. Even if it's negative towards Trump, some of it is funny. You gotta have a sense of humour. Have a listen to it properly though. We can't really do it here. Only 5 seconds clips as we get a whole video sent to someone for using their music. Crazy system. Google, crazy. When if you listen to it properly, you think, oh, that's a great tune. If you're new to the group, you think, oh, I might go and buy their album. No, you're not allowed to play it because there's copyright and you got to pay all your money. Stupid. Let's just seeing it as free advertising. Anyway, that's a funny clip. Anyway, it should be fair use. Anyway, Trump versus Iran. In fact, it wasn't really. They had no show against what the bombers dropped. But anyway, moving on. Of course, we might get time to do something with third phase. Looks like we got a lot of stuff open here. Hey. Okay. So what's third phase been up to? And I bet it's all on that BugaSphere nonsense. Because they're in thick with Jamie Masson. And they're in thick with Dr. Greer, right? And Greer's been saying it's legit on a video, which is just proves that how much a shill he is. And Jamie Masson is a shill. And third phase are a bunch of shills. And anyone that promotes them is mental. But we like to make fun of them and also debunk their shit at the same time. So it's always breaking. Maybe I should have to put breaking news on all my videos, maybe, and some red arrows. Maybe I'll get lots of clicks. Nah. How did they get to be so popular? By putting up fake videos and people being suckered by it. When you could put up one good video a year, people don't care. They want to see UFOs are flying all over the place. So yeah, where did we get to? Look how much shit they've been putting up. Yeah, Dr. Greer saying it's a real UFO. What a dork. A real UFO. Okay, let's just have a look at that one. We'll just play a clip of it. Dr. Greer.
Them, and people have been killed possessing them. Very smart that you keep it safe.
So it looks like some shill presentation where people pay $2,000 a head.
And that you also disclose it. It's transparent. Everything goes out.
All these clowns that listen to this fraud. And who have we got in the audience? We got that Sheehan, or whatever his name is. Who's this guy? Anyone else we know? It's a really crap video.
My assessment.
Who's this guy though? And you can bet Jamie Masson's next here.
Of this is pending, but it's certainly real. It's using an energy field, and what we...
So he's saying the BugaSphere is real, man. What a fraud.
It's obviously real. It's an...
That's real, man.
And he didn't have any association with those symbols until he saw this sphere. And
you can look at those symbols anytime and carve them onto anything. Or 3D print them. Or 3D print something and then carve it on as well. Yeah. You know how it's a fake. They say they scanned it and see something inside, but they haven't cut it open. And it doesn't float anymore. It doesn't float around. It just simply floated in the sky, and then you saw the original camera footage. It crashes at almost like a walking distance from them. Yeah, UFOs like to fly around and crash land and then let you take them away. Or UFO probes or whatever. Bullshit. Don't care about any radiation or it being like hot to touch and it burns your skin off.
because usually these...
So how many people watched this garbage? 29,000 2 weeks ago. It's hard to believe this guy used to be an emergency doctor. So obviously grifting UFO stuff pays better than it does being a doctor, because doctors make what, $200 an hour. There we go. He's relating it to Jeremy Corbell's fake UFO.
But no, this is looking down. It's a static.
I know. That's third phase trying to
shot. So
profit off it.
Clouds moving left to right to create an illusion that.
And we know this is AI generated, which changes the whole thing. So they're just saying, oh, there's lots of these BugaSpheres all flying around.
Pretty much will go to Vegas.
Liar, liars. Yeah, we know a lot of these were debunked as balloons, right? Anyway, moving on. What have we got here? Still talking about it. It's real, it's real. I thought this is the one we just looked at. Okay, breaking UFO news. This is just mind-blowing. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Mind-blowing.
You can see there are certain...
Jamie Masson Shulman, grifter. So they get x-rayed it and they see something inside the ball. Hey, you could free print that, no problem. Or it could be two halves that you implant something and then close it up. You can see the drill holes, right? Oh, there it is on display, but it's not floating around.
Holes right here that are located at...
So they're saying it's got an energy source inside that causes it to lift up. What a lot of crobblers.
The equator, which is right here, right through the center.
That guy is just like a mummy shell. This is where he's saying it on the same presentation. We just saw that. What else we got? And 38,000 watched that one because it had James on. News UFO BugaSphere attempted. Okay, let's have a look at that one. That's going to be, that one looks funny. They're going to throw it up in the air and it almost takes off until it crashes on the ground and breaks apart.
Welcome back.
Be tested in a state-of-the-art lab to prove whether or not.
Yeah, and of course a lot of people broke that part because they saw what they were testing it with. A multi-vita saying it's got given off frequencies, which Meteor can't do that.
Officers coming in, because I think this would all be captured on video. You know, it's
yeah, Shill, Blake Cousins, you know it.
And look, it's spherical, and he's getting a really good shot of this thing. We're gonna get a close.
We're gonna get a close up of that model balloon, man.
Close up. This thing's legit. There's no AI. This is new footage again, just coming out on the East Coast.
East Coast, I flew up a balloon up there. Right, is that the thing with the helicopter? Is that a helicopter? I don't know, I think I can see a line on that. Looks like it's on a string, doesn't it?
Going up.
Going up. Isn't it? Is this some kite? I don't know. They're moving the camera all over the place. This is why you need to be on a tripod. Have you seen that one before? It looks very familiar. Could be a kite. Doesn't look like a UFO. Could be a bunch of balloons. It's so out of focus. Bunch of balloons with someone with fishing line letting it out. Anyway, moving on.
Has this humanoid attribute to it.
Alright, it's at the beach. And what do they use at beaches? Fishing balloons. Generally on boats, but they do use it for surf casting. If the wind's behind them, you can blow it out there with a balloon and with a kite. It's one of those square, diamond-shaped kites they use for fishing. Is that one there using it? There's the person there, isn't it?
What do you make of it? Well, I'm digging it because the people.
Oh, Brent is digging it.
They're aware and they're
there's a seagull
observing this craft. Apparently, that's
balloon kites for fishing. Okay, what else we got?
Not a helicopter.
Helicopter.
There is no noise.
No noise. Okay. So we can zoom in a bit better.
With that thing.
That could. I think I can hear a plane noise in the background. Well, I know it's outside my window. It's going through the headset. Okay, go bugger off playing. We're trying to listen to this video.
Yo, for real, what is this?
It could be a drone. It could be anything with LED lights on it, couldn't it?
Am I bugging?
Could be a helicopter.
This is not making any noise whatsoever.
So he claims.
This is just feet away from me. What is this? It has no discernible shape.
Yeah, that's because it's overexposed, so you don't see what's behind. Looks like it's got a big LED spotlight on the front. That could be a fair distance away though, couldn't it? It still could be a plane or a helicopter.
What the hell? Yo.
Shut up, man. I think we can hear some chopper blades in the background.
What is this? Yo.
Well, it's a legit video. We can see lens flare from the bright light.
It's not making any noise. I am not playing.
Well, we don't know the distance, how high up it is.
Yo, this is just feet above me. What?
How does he know that? That could be 30,000 feet up. You wouldn't hear the jet engines.
My God, is happening.
Oh, look like it blinked then.
Dude, yo, it's not making any noise. This is not a drone, my people. Look at this. Look at this. It's just
Okay, this is where the apps come in really handy. Plane Finder could probably solve this instantly, right?
yo, I am bugged out.
To me, I'd say that was a distant plane that you can't hear the engines. But anyway, back down again. Hey, Michael, you're still here. You should be getting some sleep, mate. Tommy, I didn't see Tommy. Tommy? Where's Tommy? Huh? Where's Tommy? Tommy T. How long you been there, mate? Thanks for joining us. Has this gone wrong again? Well, why is that showing Michael King though? Ah, there we are. You're out there. Okay, hey dummy. If you I was in my flow of looking at stuff and posting it, but I didn't see you there. Okay. Yeah, if you put at the out there channel, at least it'll illuminate it, won't it? That puts a big thing on there. Post more comments, and then we spot you easier. I don't know if you're still there though. I think you always pop on and then disappear again. Rumble, 2 likes and 7 people watching. How's that even possible? Only 2 people like me, yet we have the regular saying haters watching. Anyway, moving on. And what we got? They don't want you to watch this. Oh, not Michael Schratt, is it? I don't like that guy. Then you got these clowns. Sheehan watching the globe. It looks really aluminium, doesn't it? You notice the screw holes are not nicely in a line either. Just breaking. What just happened? Okay, let's have a look at it. Oh, here we go. I told you they'd use that one. There's the helicopter one. Here we go. You can always predict what they're going to use because they're grifters, right? So they've got to use everything that comes out. Yeah, so let's have a look at this one. I didn't come across this one, but again, it's those optical illusions. So what looks like it's a beam coming down to Earth is actually probably a plane contrail. In fact, it could be 2 planes on the same flight path, and it's got or one slightly higher than the other, but on the same flight tracking. So it's optical illusion. Look, this one's expanding at the top here. Anyway, let's just watch it. It kind of looks like a laser beam, and it's not. Okay, it looks like 2 contrails to me. One's higher up than the other.
Good to be with everybody tonight. We've got the episode, and let me tell you.
You got the episode! As long as it's not infectious.
We're looking at something that's unexplained in the sky.
Well, I just explained it. It's so obvious what it is.
We did a little research right here. And
Did you really do some research?
We wanted to ask Grok, a lot of other AI kind of programs. We put it through.
No, do not use Rock or OpenAI because it will only make it worse. You gotta use a real brain on this. The problem with AI is it's got to be trained. So if it doesn't have someone saying, "Oh, this is a video of two plane contrails and it looks like it's going vertically, but it's actually going horizontally because of optical illusion." And again, this is where the flight radar would debunk this instantly, right?
The submission, and we were seeing if this was legitimate or not, and right now we're getting a good.
Oh, there you go. Like you can see, it's expanding contrails, and that one's going right over the cloud cover there.
From AI, stating that what we're looking at here is authentic footage. If so, are we looking at something that's within the Project Bluebeam or some kind of mockingbird?
See, they're going straight away for a laser when it's clearly contrails. In fact, the color scheme looks way off, but I say there's a lot of hazy cloud there because look at the building; it's not very clear at all. In fact, that gap in between could be even the same aircraft, right? And there's a gap that happened there for some reason, and it got brighter there because there's more dense there. I don't think it's moving though, is it?
Science of the skies. You know, you heard it. Sharp. Are we looking at something like this, Brian?
Looks like it's constant gap, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big question. Definitely, this is something that we need to keep an eye on. And
because we get compression artifact in between, making a dark thing look like an object in between.
Hearing the reactions from the people on the ground, it seems authentic, and they're looking at something. If indeed this is real, this is an event you need to capture. And we're seeing these two kind of...
So it's definitely thicker at this end and it gets thinner as it goes away, so...
Points of light.
Could be two planes on the same flight path making contrails, right? That's what it is.
With streams on the vertical and basically straight down to Earth, and they come to a point and it leaves this open space where they don't connect. That's the strangest part of this video right here.
He's laughing. He knows exactly what it is. Okay, let's just move on.
In Pembroke, where a woman says she was enjoying the pool Wednesday night when she saw a strangely shaped and unfamiliar object falling from the sky just over there. The whole thing now caught on video.
Okay, we know the space junk that falls out the sky all the time.
Look up here to the sky, I see something falling down, so I pulled out my phone and I zoomed in and it was right about there.
Colleen McCormick was out
hang on, this will be the woman that filmed the stupid helicopter.
Out by her hot tub around 9 Wednesday night when she says she saw
is that a helicopter?
Something strange and
yeah, there you go. It's not falling out the sky, it's just passing vertically overhead.
I see something falling down from the sky. It had blinking lights and looked like it was on fire or something. And it was...
That's already debunked. If you use your phone app, mate, for tracking, it would be solved. Yeah, Australians call females mates as well. I don't know, it seems strange to call females mates. Mateys, matist. You can't, I suppose you've got to keep everything general now, though. Everybody's a it, not a male or female anymore.
Zara for your local station, Boston 25.
There we go.
There's a couple of things that I found very interesting in this.
Oh, it's that other shill. What's his name? Mr. MBB? No, that's not that one. What's that guy's name? That hangs around with those other fools that goof on full out with. What's the guy's name? Is it on the screen here? Yeah, Underbelly. There you go. Hidden Underbelly 2 because his first one got deleted.
This sighting. First of all, judging by...
First of all, I don't know how to use Dragon apps, and I could have debunked it if I knew the date and time.
The shape of this object. At first I was thinking this was a rocket, but when you see this object, it's on a downward trajectory, and the rate of speed that this...
See, these people got thousands and thousands of views watching them live, and they just don't tell the right story whatsoever, do they, guys? Why do you pay these guys money? They're not telling you the correct story.
They're having their
And the fact that Underbelly's using third phase, or given permission for third phase to use his analysis, just shows you what a shill grifting community we live in.
Some anomalous object was captured on this flight data radar that was released to the public. I'm just gonna let...
Okay, this is the next video. Okay, so we know not all planes are labelled. You can see there's some small gliders here. They actually haven't got anything on the flight radar label. These ones have got labels on, but these ones haven't. That one hasn't. That one hasn't. That one hasn't. That one hasn't. So yeah, this other anomaly could be just a, what do you call it? A sondi or whatever it is, which is a weather balloon. But what is it exactly?
Let it roll, but it's bizarre. Look at all the airplanes.
Looks like a small, really small plane, doesn't it? That has its cool ID private.
It's out there, the traffic, but this anomaly comes into frame, and
it's ridiculous, really.
As you can see, it tracks for quite some time. I'm just gonna let it roll. Here's.
Looks like it's got wings there and a body, same as these ones, right?
The information, guys.
It's probably a Piper jet with a banner plane, and the company hasn't been registered on the tracking software. It's just ridiculous. It really is.
Flying over your state. This is.
It's flying over you with a banner plane.
Weird stuff. Now it just goes over the ocean there. It doesn't look like.
Does it disappear, Blake?
Anything comparatively to, again, just your normal airline traffic that happens, 24/7 around the planet. This thing has a, the shape of it.
And when they click on it, like you can click on all these, you can click on that. It'll give you some information that you can try and look up, right? So whereabouts is that? Probably not even worth doing research on it. Whereabouts is it? I can't see any place names, so I don't know what kind of flight tracker we got. They disabled all the city labels, right? Nah, it's just waste of time. Waste of time. We know it's a man-made object of some kind. Looks like a small Piper jet, though. I don't know what the coastline is there, though. And we can't trust what they say. And he's just talking garbage about it. Over and over. Over and over, talking garbage.
Have energy, maybe these things.
We got energy. Okay, what have we got? I see no energy.
They're there all the time, and we're looking at.
I saw some bugs and things fly by.
Again, the phenomenon. These,
phenomenon. And what have we been looking at though? Like cousins.
The ball lightning, and
we're looking at ball lightning. Where?
Definitely, we live on the Big Island too as well, and that's an active.
Ball lightning. I think Nick West actually debunked this one the other day. Oh, here we go. Okay, looks like a weather balloon.
And talk to the locals there. They see it all the time.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
And right there over the San Andreas Fault, we're looking at multiple.
All right, sparkly little lights. Is it simply birds? Clapping their wings.
Flick.
This reminds me of that butterfly video that Colleen was showing us.
In and out, and it's off in a distance. And these aren't drones. They're not airplanes. This is something else.
That could even be a weather phenomenon, couldn't it? But yeah, it looks like birds. I don't know.
I think this is some of the best footage that I've seen in correlation to a massive amount of.
Is that the same one Mick West did? No, I remember his had cars in front.
The phenomenon, the real phenomenon that Earth creates itself.
Let me just check UFO interest. He may have that one up. Let's just have a quick look through his. We haven't looked at his for a while. There's the Mick West one. Is that the same location? See, I'm not seeing that, you see. And that's the 3D model, but... Ah, right, yeah. That could explain it too. Yeah, it could be on power pole. Could be the same thing. I think it's a different video. Let's see, where's the video? Here. Let's have a look.
What is it?
Yeah, it's definitely not the same video, is it?
It's going for a long time.
A ball of light hovers over a field.
Looks like a fireball, but not really. It's the wrong color.
And this couple from Rich
Isn't that just a transformer?
Valley, Alberta, was mesmerized.
After a rather vicious lightning strike,
Oh, terrible teeth, mate.
we saw the ball of fire kind of retain, I don't know, 20 feet above the ground.
The cell phone video was captured an hour northwest of Edmonton by Ed and Melinda Party. It shows the ball of light for about 20 seconds before it disintegrates. They were under a tornado.
Didn't look like ball lightning because it's too close to the ground. So, what they're saying it is Arkin across power line. Arkin, they're saying electrical Arkin, but it didn't look like it was travelling along the power line. Arkin normally moves. Recreating the ball lightning video. Debunked geolocator. Quickly module the hot tub boat. Okay. Hatch and power line stand dropped it into. Ball line matches bright electrical Arkin travelling along. So you must have power lines. Where's the power lines? Is that power poles there? Right. Because of the movement of the camera, it's slightly moving along. And that is power lines. That's just arcing slowly across. We won't see that in the video, do we? Right, we do. Happens really quickly. It's moving away from us, is it? Optical illusion again. There's hand movement happening. It is still slowly moving according to Mick West. Oh yeah, slowly moving. Then eventually disappears when it hits the next power pole, was it? Yeah, it does look like on his model. It sort of makes it, stabilizes it. Matches up with the power poles. What did he say here? That phenomenon has nothing to do with ball lightning. That's a fireball blazing across electrical power lines. Yeah. Sure is. There you go. Debunked. Well, those guys anyway. This one here, though. Oh, I was going to check to see if we had that one too. We got sidetracked. Okay, let's just go back and have a quick skim. Same-o, same-o, same-o. High mass lights. Don't see the one that Thirdphase has got up. Oh no, not that one again. Japanese nukes are boots. And we're back to Bledsoe nonsense. No, it doesn't look like he's got it. And that one again. Debunked, debunked. That one's a CGI. That one's fishing boats on the sea. Okay, let's go back to the video. Now, could that be the sea back there? Could be too, couldn't it? So could that be boats bouncing up and down the waves, reflecting light? Let's have
Pressure, the static electricity.
That looks like the beach there, or low clouds.
The mass, it just could build up to something like what we're looking at here.
Or it could be a reflection in the windows and everything.
Broad daylight. These illuminatic orbs that are just pulsating off in the distance.
You're talking about the crap. It's like cousins.
I almost count like 12. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It kind of looks like
happen so fast. But again, I don't think they're drones, Brian. I think you're accurate to.
Is it seagulls flapping around?
Say that what we're looking at is unknown, and that's what's exciting right here at Thirdphaseofmoon. We're looking at
because it starts in the sky. It's crappy video, mate. That's why. What do the people say to it? Someone appreciates the channel, you driphead. Bringing them the content. So really you just need if you just make up a video of a collection of videos and just say it's UFOs, people are quite happy to sub to you and watch the crap and believe. Rather than not thinking about figuring it out. So could it be boats in the water? Optical illusion again? And it kind of looked like it was going up and down. Not much, but enough to be wing movement, right? And they're just flying around in circles. It's a helicopter flying, not a object falling. That's the first video. We know ball lightning moves. It doesn't just hover in the sky. Well, actually, it is slowly moving once you stabilize it. Wow, 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 for sure. Okay, now I'm talking about the one we want. These guys watch Skinwalker Ranch. There was an episode when one of the experiments included shooting a very powerful laser up through an area of the triangle where, yeah, well, we've explained all that, right? It's just lasers don't go through ice crystals. We're being conned. There's someone that watches Third Phase. Are we surprised? Isn't the last one just a reflection of a sailboat? So are we watching the same one? So yeah, that's what I thought. It could be a false horizon.
Something that is extraordinary. Buckle up. What's going to happen? We're not saying, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be.
The San Andreas fault's going to do anything.
There could be a lot of yachts rotating around the cells, you know, because they're always rotating the cells, aren't they? And those little yachts that has like one person or two people on it, racing each other, going around in circles. I don't know, it could be anything like that. It's good to see that someone was thinking the same as me, though. A lifetime believer, that's why you're watching the third phase. Let's look at the 3 thrusters. No, it's a helicopter. Buckle up. They should buckle up their mouth. What's that one? Banner. Due to the humongous banner across the bottom of the screen by Fox 25. Yeah. But we know what it was. As a drop pod. A drop pod. No, it's a helicopter. It's not dropping anywhere. These people are never going to know the real answer, though, are they? Because they're watching the wrong people. Yeah, I thought someone might have had that one sussed. With the blinking little lights. Yeah, I can't trust anything on the third phase, though.
Weird, but this is an indication that just it screams possible.
Possible aliens. He's laughing.
Interaction with the unknown.
What do you think, Brent? What do you think of it? Oh yeah, this is awesome.
More videos just in UFOs.
UFOs, see? Straight away telling you it's UFOs when it's not. What are we looking at here? That's a sailboat. Maybe the guy was talking about this video then, the last one. Okay.
My tracker, but that's not a fucking plane. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
It's not.
He's got a foul mouth on him.
It's not flash.
Right, Rhode Island has its own share of the phenomenon. We're going to get a close-up of what people are stating.
I can't happen to notice that the sailboat's moving with this also in the sky.
It looks like the typical cigar shape.
See, it's moving at exactly the same speed. To me, I just thought, oh yeah, could it be just a plane in the distance or hot air, like a Goodyear blimp, right?
Well, they said that there was no indication of...
I can't help to see that the boat's got a black bit here. And I think it's like a super Mirage, isn't it? Where it flips it upside down. And the cell we're not seeing. So that means that the cell... Yeah, it kind of looks like a superior Mirage, isn't it?
FAA lights or any kind of lights on this thing. It moves.
It'll catch it. It moves just like the boat that looks like a UFO.
Left to right pretty quickly. I'm not sure if it's a blimp, but I don't...
And it stops filming, which is really suspicious, isn't it? It's a false image rather than something actual.
See any kind of gondola underneath. It's off in the distance, is way bigger than that sailboat. It's got to be a few hundred feet.
It's moving in the same speed, isn't it?
In length there. Guys, what do you think? We've got so much UFO
and then it ends and it just repeat it. They know exactly what they're filming. It's a false image. Okay. Getting through all that garbage, I guess. We skipped a lot of this BugaSphere stuff though. But it's all the same crap, isn't it? Yeah, I think we looked at some of those. They just repeat it. Oh, there it is again. I thought we just looked at it over here. Yeah, there's a repeating it, see? Oh, very good. I'm glad that YouTube put these little preview clips onto the videos now, because it sort of gives you an idea before actually wasting time to watch it, what they're going to be covering. So they managed to get an interview of the Gill. Who gives a shit when they could just plug it into Flight Radar and solve it instead of... Are they interviewing them? Let's just have a look. They say it's exclusive interview. Yeah, I saw it on camera in my eyes.
They're just like, not a lot of noise.
Alright, sounds like they phoned her up.
The cloud tsunami, the phenomenon.
Oh yeah, this is a natural phenomenon. We know about that. Rolling cloud, or whatever it's called.
Share. This is crazy. Look at as we...
Alright, they got some extra ones tapped on the end. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, it's smudgy, like it's filmed in a window. Okay, that's moving with that, isn't it? That's moving with that. So he's moving the phone left and right.
Alright, more
crap to analyze.
Videos just into Thirdphaseofmoon. You're watching it right now. Oh, it's something hovering right there over this.
I wouldn't say hovering. It looks like it's a reflection on the window. Is it Brent in the background with his toys? He's playing with LEDs on it again, and you just film through the window, and got an actor to voice over it. No, they don't make fakes, these guys, do they? They never make fakes.
And whatever it is, it's massive. This is...
Come on, Blake, do the little laugh.
Not your typical drone. Oh, this is your typical awesome.
That's moving.
UFO sighting.
Yeah, he's laughing.
This is incredible stuff.
It's a UFO. Yes, I didn't.
And look, no indications of any means of propulsion. The thing's the size
of a house.
Maybe a small school bus. And
a school bus.
These strange lights. This screams to me.
What could it be? Looks like an LED toy reflection in the window. What a load of garbage. Okay, let's just move on again. Hey, we've got some comments, have we? I need to sleep soon, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Or at least some for another day. I was gonna look at the latest one, but we'll leave it for next time. What the hell are we looking at here? Summit climbing up a tree, throwing the trees down. There's a Bigfoot! Oh yeah, only a Bigfoot could do that. And yet you get those trees that are really paper light, not balsa wood, but you do get other trees that are really light, and you can just lift it up and it looks like you're very strong. And yeah, but it could be a real Bigfoot. Who knows?
I'm just impressed. He's throwing these logs that would probably weigh hundreds of pounds like toothpicks. Look at them.
Now, wouldn't a bear be able to do that too? How does he know it's a he, not a she? Oh, you sexist.
I would definitely film it if I saw.
He's laughing again.
But I would keep my distance, and you would hear the thunder of the logs that's crashing.
It's amazing what they'll put up on their channel, isn't it? Oh. Oh well, that's enough. We're rounded off there. Let's see. Breaking news. Clearest UFO videos yet. This is how it's skim. Oh yeah, that's really clear. Looks like a plane going through cloud cover. We'll save that one for the next time. Okay, we got through most of them there. I'm gonna say good night, guys, and let you get to bed. Must be up to 3 hours. That's long enough. 3 hours 20 already. I talk too much, don't I? Anyway, see you next weekend, unless there's some other function that gets in the way. But I normally try and do one sometime in the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. There's always lots to cover. So yeah, I'm going to say goodnight now and let you get a rest for the rest of the evening or night or early morning in case in UK. And I all take care on the roads and whatnot. Take care, guys. Take care. It's totally here. Okay. No, please continue. No, I'm sort of had it. 3.5 hours is enough for me. Thanks for your donations. Anyway, I think we did a good coverage, even though we used a lot of Mick West stuff, which I don't normally do. But it was so well done. Unlike some of his other stuff, where he's just made a comment, you know, without actually proving it. But that was proven with the site rec. So yeah, someone's paying him to write that code, so it's pretty cool. But probably you need a training course how to use it. I reckon it's not so easy to use it. Me, I haven't bothered trying to use it. So if any of you out there that watch me, it's meant to be open source and free to use. So it's like it runs on a website or it uses web code or something. Tyler here. Well, I can put you on voice and you can play along if you want to. Maybe sometime we'll do that. That'll be funny. Anyway, just going to close down now. Do hit a like if you like today's show. Oh, we got 3 there on Pilled. Thank you guys. I'm not sure. The numbers are way down on Sunday for some reason. Maybe there's something good on TV. I don't know. But we normally get up to 200 or 300 impressions, and we're only at 100 this time. And that normally is up to 60. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. But they don't like me, obviously. People out there hate me gets. Most people watch it offline. Because I do long shows. But they could join in. They could help debunk it. They could have their say on it. They could offer their own videos. So is it going to update? I just did a refresh. I still never got around to fixing that up either, so it should be auto refresh. I'm still waiting for Pilled so I don't have to use Scraper. 279 should be updating every minute. Or around about 45 seconds, I think. And how long the web page loads and stuff. Come on. Oh, there we go. No. So that's the final tally up. Pretty poor for Sunday. That's why I don't normally do Sundays. Seems to be less people come on for some reason. But anyway, thank you, and we better wind down. End it. Here we go. Good stuff. Meow. Going in outer space. That's my music as well. Made that long time ago. Back in the 90s. I think it was. And that's a German guy. I liked his style of music. This one's got a good beat to it. I better get ready. Already need to go to the toilet again. I need to get something to eat. Haven't even eaten this thing next to me, but I might heat it up again if I can. Microwave it, I guess. Okay, where's the end things? Good question. go down the list now.